Canada is faced with a wide range of social issues every day. And how do we try to deal with them all? Charity.
Qualifying as a charity is a bit like jumping through arbitrary hoops. The Pemzell case lists 4 pillars of charity: education, religion, poverty relief, and community good. The way we interpret these pillars is quite loose, due to our preconceived notions of what counts as a social service versus an expressive function. Adding to the effect of these arbitrary interpretations is the social deficit. In 2018, it was estimated that by 2026, the charitable sector will need an additional $25 billion to keep up with demand for services. Since COVID-19, we have already seen an average drop of 30% in charity revenue, adding to this deficit. But this isn't a new problem by any means, so why hasn't charity kept up with demand for services?
First, Canada is a Commonwealth country, inheriting its legal and governance system from the UK. This is a 400-plus-year-old system that keeps charity operations in an Elizabethan era. Second, our system is structured in a way that maintains power dynamics based on who controls funding, leaving charities at their mercy. Third, human factors affect how we behave with charities. We demand reciprocity, relevance, and results. We are also risk-averse to anything that does not deliver these 3 things. Finally, the majority of conversation around charity comes from the US. As a result, our mental models tend to be oriented around self-reliance and choice. Overall, the incredible complexity and interconnected nature of this system results in unsustainable path dependency and deeply rooted power dynamics that amplify the issue and handicap charities from solving issues at a systemic level. Picture this. You're on a boat, floating in a sea of social issues. Water is starting to get into your boat. You have to act quickly. You start bailing out the boat. It's what you're expected to do. It's what you've always done. After all, no one wants to drown, but you can't bail out the boat forever. This is similar to what happens in Canadian charity. We can't keep fixing symptoms of problems. We need to solve problems at their root. We need to plug the hole in the boat.
The pressure to meet funders' expectations leaves charities unable to change and adapt due to their reliance on funders. Additionally, we build our structures and regulations to align with these mental models, deepening path dependency. While investing in overhead and innovation affords opportunities for charities to add value, funders prefer to see their money contributed directly to tangible outcomes. When results are not immediate and measurable, this frustration can create tension between funders and charities. Because charities deal with such delicate situations, sometimes spelling life or death for the people they help, leaving the feedback loop presents a massive risk.
What exactly are all of these expectations that funders hold, that we as a society hold? We don't let charities seek compensation the way that businesses do, stunting charities' capacity to innovate and save for the future. We are intolerant of charities spending any money on sales or growing their market share. This impacts the ability of charity to be competitive for funders' money and the overall revenue a charity can bring in to help its cause. We are apprehensive to investing in new ideas or revenue sources because these overhead costs are seen as a risk to serving people in need. This fear of overhead has many implications, including making it harder for charities to scale, innovate, or grow their market share. We expect results to be immediate, even if problems take time to solve. We end up favoring short-term fixes to symptoms of a problem, rather than solving it at its root, because it's more attractive to say that you fed 5 families, rather than help somebody leave an abusive situation. Any sort of profit generated from a solution that solves a social problem is considered dirty, as if the organization has no integrity. This makes attracting talent and human capital that would benefit the charity difficult, since it's easier to donate to an issue than to take a major pay cut.
Now, more than ever, we need to ensure our systems are resilient and responsive, as a waterfall of demand is going to start flooding our system. So, how do we keep our boat afloat? First, changing mental models of charities, because they directly impact our interactions with, expectations of, and structures surrounding the charity system. This could look like utilizing social innovation labs and creative spaces to challenge existing ways of thinking or sharing insights between organizations. Second, a transition towards beneficiary-centric models adds value by putting the focus on the people in the system instead of managing expectations, politics, and finances. Strategies for this include co-creation and human-centered design. Third, providing flexibility and security for charities opens up avenues for innovation, allowing for sustainable long-term solutions. Potential strategies include equity financing, social investment funds, and increased freedom and flexibility in charity spending.
The purpose of charity is to help each other. The reasons why we do so, and what we even consider as social good, are at the heart of our system. And despite good intent, we need to recognize that it isn't working as well as it needs to. It's easy to make this an issue about money, but the system wasn't created on its own. It was created by people and is a reflection of our beliefs. And it's our beliefs that keep the system locked in place, for better or for worse.